YouTube, what the crap's going on? There's some beasts that have made their way into Total War recently. That would be the Beast of War DLC. Was that a corny enough intro for you, or what? So, no, in any case, I'm here to review it briefly. I've seen from when I looked on CA's trailer for it and some other people's videos that there's some pretty heated opinions about this DLC, so I don't really want to participate in the opinions, just want to review it. You all can go check it out for yourself, or not check it out for yourself, based on what you want to do, but it'll give me the opportunity to show it to you. I will tell you that I don't think any of the stuff in it is a major game changer, but it's only a $3 DLC, so didn't expect a major game changer. It's not like on Shogun 2, where if you skipped one of the DLCs, you might miss out on like an insane matchlock unit or something like that. There's basically a few different units that were added to the game. You have several, which I'll go ahead and show you. One is the Snake Pot Ballista, which is available to Carthage. The other, I'll show you Pontus. So Pontus has available to it the Scorpion Pot Ballista. And then Parthia has two of the units that were released, one of which is semi-substantial in my opinion, probably the most substantial unit in there, which is the Camel Cataphract. Let you see that there. And then they also have a Scorpion Pot Ballista. Sorry, nothing different. And then there's a few factions that have the next piece, which is actually the Beehive Ballista. Epirus is one of them. Rome has access to them as well. And also Epirus has one of the other units here, which is the Molossian Dogs. I may have said that wrong. But it's basically exactly the same as a War Dog, except rather than 23 attack, it has 35 attack and costs 150 talents more. And then you have the last unit, which is with the Iceni. Maybe others as well. We'll look it up here in a second. But that would be the Celtic Warhounds, which is actually a little bit weaker than your standard War Dog for the exact same price. 3 melee attack less. Not substantial, but still pay the same and get slightly less. Kind of odd. But let's take a look at the Total War Encyclopedia real quick. I know for a fact that the Snake Pot is only available to Carthage. The Scorpion is Pontus and Parthia. The Beehive thing I don't remember, so let's look it up just real quick. So if we go to View by Class and we do Field Artillery, we can just scroll down to the Beehive Onager. Britain Heavy Onager, or Beehive. Well, they may have it listed under the factions. Greek Beehive Onagers, Beast of War. That's available to all the Greek factions you see here, so Sparta, Macedon, Epirus, and Athens. So we have the Greek Beehive, and then there's the Roman one, I believe, as well. Not sure why when you hit back it goes to the same spot on the page. That's kind of annoying. Field Artillery, and I believe there's a Roman Beehive Onager. Yeah, it's right here. So there's the Roman Beehive Onager. And then, of course, the building that it lists out there is how you recruit it in the middle of a campaign. So nothing, like I said, nothing spectacular to see there. What do these units do? Well, I'll give you a quick demonstration. The Beehive Onager, the Snake Pot Onager, and the Scorpion Pot Onager are all pretty much the same. So I love Carthage, and I'd like to demonstrate the Snake Pot one. So I'll pull it out. Just get a horde of these things. You'll notice the missile damage is substantially less than your typical Onager. Substantially less, but it has fewer shots per minute, same ammunition amount and everything else, so supposedly less damage. Maybe what we should do is put it up against a few regular Onagers, just out of curiosity's sake. There is a range difference, so a pretty substantial range difference actually. It's the same as a ballista. Or that's because it's a ballista. Good one there. Man, I'm stupid. In any case, guess I just realized that I kept saying Onager. You all are probably frothing at the mouth right now. Why are you so stupid? I don't know why I do those things. I just do it sometimes, so forgive me. In any case, I'm going to put a few of these regular ones. I'll bring some of these Molossian Dogs. I'm going to have to protect my men from them. So I'll throw some late Libyan Hapotes in here, and let's bring some of the Molossian Dogs, and I'll give them some Beehive Onagers, so you can see them at work. There you go, some Molossian Dogs. Why not more dogs? Pour on the dogs! Alright. So this will get to show you a couple of new units, just for the heck of it. I don't expect anything amazing here, but again, this just gives me a spot to show you the units. So, some of you may ask me the question, Air, should I buy the DLC? Is this DLC worth it? What do you think of the DLC? I mean, I can give you my thoughts. So, is it something that is going to change your Rome 2 experience? I don't think so. Is it fun to shoot snakes and scorpions and beehives at people? Absolutely. The Camel Cataphract unit is cool, definitely worthwhile. It'll actually have some impact in multiplayer, in my opinion. I don't think the dog units are going to have any major effect, but may be fun to use in campaign. I don't know, because I haven't gotten to really test it yet. So is it worth it? I always think that me telling you what's worth it with your money is never going to work out well. So whether or not you think it's worth it's up to you. It adds some fun stuff here. Some of you are going to, again, go on arguing about whether or not it should be paid or free or whatever else. I'm not here to do that. I'm just here to review it. So I don't want to get into it. In any case, and I'm not telling you that any of you are wrong or right or whatever. I mean, it's your opinion, it's your money. I can't tell you whether you're wrong or right. Air doesn't own your money. So, in any case, you can see my ballistas unloading. These must be the standard ones because there's rocks falling over here. Whereas you can see this little broken pot, and I'll show you the snake pot ballista. Actually, the regular one's firing over here too. Here comes some snake pots. It basically just explodes into a little cloud of hissing snakes. I was kind of hoping to see some snakes and scorpions scuttling about and biting people, but I don't know if that's just not possible in the Rome engine or not. But you can see it actually did cause some casualties. That one right there, that snake pot, actually hurt that guy. My regular ballista, you can see, actually destroys stuff, whereas the snake pot ballista is more of an area of effect thing, and it has this... whoa, these guys are getting hammered on. We'll fire into the midst of all these guys here. In any case, I do have it mixed with standard shot just so you can kind of see how it's different. The standard shot, you can see lots of power will roll through enemy units, whereas the snake pots are kind of more like a puffy cloud of poison. So actually they're more damaging than you would think in and of themselves. Surprisingly more damaging than you think in and of themselves. I should probably quit firing so that there's actually some Molossian dogs alive in order to send at my Libyans. So I'll go ahead and stop for the moment, and so I might go ahead and kill that enemy ballista. They are firing beehives at me, which are hitting right here. You can actually see the bees getting a hold of my late Libyans right here. Didn't make any kills though. The snake pot ones, for some reason, I tried the beehive ones and I tried the snake pot, and I think they're pretty much the same, but I swear the snake one did more damage, at least in my opinion. Well, let's see what happens when these Molossian dogs get released. I don't expect a whole lot here. Keep in mind that my late Libyans are heavily armored units, but they're low attack units, so it ought to be curious to see him going after these guys. I've tested the dogs against Roman Legionnaires. Not very impressive for the price, at least not head-on. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of War Dogs is in Rome 2 yet. You can see him here attacking my men, and not really making a whole lot of headway. Few kills. My elephants are throwing javelins. I'm gonna take them off, but just let you all watch this up close. So, yep, that's the Beast of War DLC. It's good for fun. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't want it if you're just a fan of Total War and you like the full experience. I guess this is part of the experience. But again, not really a game changer, I don't think, but definitely fun. So that's up to you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you should or shouldn't do in that case. I'll let you all make that decision for yourself. But Beast of War DLC, folks, it is out. There was an update that went out at the same time. I don't know if it makes changes to gameplay. I just honestly don't know the answer to that. Check it out. Some of my Hoplites actually did rout in the face of these War Dogs. So maybe the War Dogs don't do as well versus the high attack units. Maybe they do better versus low attack units. I don't know. But you can see some of these Molossian dogs roaming around back here. Let's put my elephants into them and watch some elephant on dog action here. Don't imagine that's going to go well for the dogs.
This is a shameful display.
Yeah, dogs versus elephants doesn't turn out so well. But yeah, so hope you all enjoyed the quick insight. Tell me if there's anything else you want to see. Wow, those dogs chewed up my infantry. I said they were no good versus Roman units from what I saw, but apparently they're pretty good versus hoplite units.
Our general is under
At least the cheap ones. Maybe that's something to be aware of. Wow, they absolutely chewed through these guys and are now mauling my artillery crews. Who knows? Maybe Air underestimated the dogs. I don't think so. Maybe we should just do one more test before I take off. Let's concede defeat here. And in the battle. Let's continue here, go into the Epirote setup, and give them more dogs. And let's go back to my Carthaginian setup and bring some different types of units. I'll bring late Libyans, Sacred Band, swords, cheap swords, more cheap swords. Just make sure the numbers match. I'm hoping we have one dog for every other unit. Okay, this ought to be interesting. Let's just see what happens. This will give us a few different types of units. I don't imagine that the dogs do well in the front of a phalanx, which is why I didn't bring a phalanx. I guess I can test one, but I think this ought to be fairly telling. We have several different qualities of units here and several different types of units here, so this ought to be a pretty fair showing. Assuming that the AI is capable of releasing the dogs against all my different unit types, which that remains to be seen, and I'm not gonna bet on it. We'll see what happens. Alright, and of course all my guys are still in formation attack. I guess that's something else that could potentially affect things, but I haven't changed it. Anyway, here comes the horde of Molossian dogs, and we will watch and see what they do. These guys look like they're going to go head on with my Libyan infantry. We'll see what happens. The Libyan infantry is a much more substantial attack to it. Actually, they're going straight for the late Libyan hoplites. 2 units into the late Libyan hoplites. Apparently these guys like chewing on cheap infantry. What do we got over here? Mercenary Gallic warriors. The dogs didn't charge. The dog handlers came all the way up. These late Libyan hoplites are getting chewed on. Here's my Libyan infantry, which seems to be holding its own, actually. At least for now. Let's see what else they're doing. Here's my Sacred Band over here. Probably going to get flank charge because I had to reform them. Let's see, they're up against the mercenary Iberian swordsmen here. Dogs are doing fairly well. Yeah, doing well against the light Iberian swordsmen, doing well against the Gallic warriors. Starting to do some damage against the Libyan infantry, but they're bunched up 2 to 1 on the Libyan infantry. So that's considerably more spend than 1 Libyan infantry, so I'm not sure whether that's worth it. They didn't attack my late Carthaginian hoplites at all, unfortunately. See how they're doing versus the Sacred Band. Wow, they're getting a lot of kills on the Sacred Band, too. Of course, they did get a hold of their flank. Huh. Yeah, not sure if it's worth it or not in the end. A lot of my troops are routing now. I'm gonna crack the whip on these Libyans, see if it helps at all. I'll just curious here, go into square formation with the remaining hoplites that I have here and see how well they can defend themselves. There's a whole bunch of dogs now attacking my elephant general too. Wouldn't be surprised though if my elephants can trample down the entire horde of enemies. We'll just see what happens here on the end of this. That'll be entertaining. Check out these Molossian dog handlers attacking the Sacred Band square. The Sacred Band did manage to hold its own. And this Libyan infantry here held its own against several units of the war dogs. I don't, when it looks at kills, I don't know that it counts dog kills. I think it just counts dog handler kills. So it may make it kind of hard to understand. And my late Carthaginian hoplites are holding their own over here in the square against the dogs, the anti-dog square here. My guys are reforming though, so some of them must be getting killed. And my general, apparently dogs not good at getting rid of elephants, no surprise there. Yes, my elephants just ripped the enemy Hellenic Royal Cav and every dog handling unit in its way. One of them finally died. I don't imagine elephants would like being chased and bitten by dogs. Actually, another one went down there. But I don't know, that's an interesting question. Clearly my elephants aren't going to have any trouble mopping up these units. Huh. Yeah, so, interesting question with the dogs. Hard to say. They are very expensive, but clearly not an anti-elephant tool. You can see the dogs just getting trampled to death all over there. Oh, poor poochies. Yeah, so apparently when the elephants are given an attack order on the dogs, it doesn't seem like it lasts long.
Advance at speed! Engage!
Might try and get these dog handlers over there. Looks like the Warhound attacks have mostly stopped. There's one here who seems to be in a standoffish mode, barking at the sacred band. That is one angry dog. Let's see, yeah, my elephant's finishing these guys off. Anyway, there you go. There's a goofy HeirofCarthage test for you. Don't know what it shows or what the purpose of it is, but enjoy. I think this Molossian War Dog unit is steady, so they've come back into the fight. I'll charge them with a Sacred Band just for the heck of it. My elephant's still smushing dogs over here. There we go. My elephant's still chasing a few dogs. They are.
Orders, my lord!
Alright, well, war dogs. Interesting question. Apparently, possibly worth it versus light units. Maybe not worth it versus heavy units. Hard to say. I think some more testing will be required, but hope you all enjoyed this little intro to the Beast of War DLC. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.